Solve 89 and 20 hundredths minus 4 and 99 thousandths. What we need to do here in this problem is when we're subtracting decimals, we need to make sure that we are lining up our decimal. So our 0, 9, 9 goes there. Our 4 goes there. We need to put a placeholder. And now you can subtract. Solve 489 and 209 thousandths plus 43 and 9 tenths. Once again, when we're adding decimals, we need to make sure we are lining up our decimals. And now you can go ahead, put in your placeholders, and add. Fill in the blank. 6.5 yards equals blank inches. Well, first of all, we need to find out how much does 1 yard equal. 1 yard equals how many inches. I'll give you a second to look that up. So 1 yard equals 36 inches. And we have 6.5 yards, and we don't know how many inches. So from going from a 1 to a 6.5, we are multiplying by 6.5. So we need to take our 36 and do the exact same thing and multiply by 6.5. So 36 times 6.5 is going to give you your inches. What is the value of the expression 5 quantity 7x plus 5 when x equals 10? First thing I'm going to do is expand my expression. 5 times 7 times x plus 5. Now we need to plug in our 10. 5 times 7 times 10 plus 5. You need to use PEMDAS now to solve this problem. Remember, you're solving everything inside the parentheses first, and then whatever you get inside the parenthesis, you can multiply by 5. Choose 3 values that would make this inequality true. We're looking for 3. So you have to have 3 checks. We have 4n is less than or equal to 12. This is the same as saying 4 times n is less than or equal to 12. Remember, we need to get our variable, which is our n, all by itself. So what is the inverse operation of multiplication? That is division. And next to our variable is a 4, so we're dividing by 4 over here. We need to do the exact same thing on the other side. These cross off, I'm left with my variable. My inequality sign always stays the same. You need to solve 12 divided by 4, and then you need to choose the 3 values. N can either equal the answer or be less than the answer you get. So you can choose equal or less. Those will be your choices. A gym membership requires a one-time fee of $30 and then $25 a month per month. How much would you spend on a gym membership for 6 months? First, we need to come up with an equation. So we know we're looking for a membership. So M is going to equal. We have a one-time fee. So if there's a one-time fee, that means we're adding this to something. We're going to add our $30 to something. $25 a month. $25 a month. Per month. We could say per month. And what does per mean? Per means to multiply. So we have 25 per month. And we squeeze those together, and that will give us 25M. So we can put that here. Now we're going to have to go ahead and change membership, and we're just going to call that GM for gym membership. Now, you're spending, how much would you spend on a gym membership for 6 months? So this 6 needs to go into the M for you to get your gym membership price. Find the volume. Answer without units. We know that volume equals your length times your width times your height. So our length is 9.5. Our width is 9.5. And our height is 4. We need to convert all of these to improper fractions. So we have 2 times 9 plus 1. That will be 19 over, our denominator stays the same. Same answer. These are the same number. So we know that this is also going to be 19 over 2. And to write this as an improper fraction, we do 4 over 1. So our volume is going to equal 19 over 2 times 19 over 2 times 4 over 1. You can go ahead and multiply those straight across, and then you are going to have to use long division. Long division to turn it back into a mixed number. Choose a line plot to correctly display the data. So first of all, we know we need 3 2s. So we're going to find the line plot that has 3 2s. Well, we can clearly see that that one doesn't, so we're crossing that one off right off the bat. And then we need 2 4s. And then we need 3 5s. And then we need 2 7s. And last, you need to figure out on your own how many 15s and how many 17s do you need. Which option is correct? Option 2 or option 3? This is the same data from our line plot, but we are finding the mean. Our first step is already, well, with the mean, we really don't have to order our numbers, so it doesn't matter. You are just going to put pluses in between all of this for your mean. And you are going to get a number. Whatever you get, you are then going to divide that number by, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 pieces of data. So this is going to be your total of all those added together divided by 12, because 12 is the number of pieces of data that you have. And that will give you your mean. This will equal your mean. The first step for finding the median, this is the same piece of data, and they're already in order, is 1 to order from least to greatest. They've already done that, so I'm going to check that off my list. Check. Now, we're underlining until we get to the, remember what median is? I'll give you a second to think about it. Median is middle. So I'm just going to keep going back and forth until I'm left with 1. Oh, can't do that one. 1 or 2. So these are the two numbers I'm left with. Let's make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. So we're left with a 5 and a 5. When we have two numbers, remember, we can do 5 plus 5 divided by 2. Or we can just think, what is between 5 and 5? Well, that was pretty easy because it's just 5. Now, I gave you an answer. I hope you are all watching this video because here is a free answer for you. I will know who's not watching the video if they get this wrong. What is the mode of the data set? Mode means most. And remember, we can have one mode, more than one mode, or we can have no mode. Those are our three choices. You decide what the mode of this data set is. If you have to click more than one box, you can. What is the range of the data set? Remember, our range is our biggest minus smallest. Or a more technical way would be your max minus your min equals your range. And range measures variability, remember, because it tells you the difference between the numbers, how they differ. So you find your max, you find your min, you subtract them, and that will give you your range. What is the best measure of center? Well, these are our two measures of center. We know that our median is just simply the middle number, which is in the center. We know the mean is the average of all the numbers. So, if you were to do the average of this data set, look at these numbers down here compared to the rest. You're going to get probably a higher number because it's average. But if you do median, we already know what our median was, and I told you it was 5. This would be our, right here, would be our median. So, what do you think would be the best measure of center? You have to look for, if you look this up, which one is better when you have outliers. These are like outliers. And they're outliers, spell that wrong. They're outliers because like 7 to 15, that's a huge jump. These ones are all mostly, these ones all right here are all mostly close together. And then you go from a huge jump from a 15 to a 17, that means they're an outlier. So choose which one would be the best measure of center when you have outliers.